Welcome friends, welcome back to the kitchen and the final KFC episode. Stop the presses. I know you just heard me say final KFC episode, but in the time since I shot this video, some information has come to light. I've got a couple of leads that I'm tracking down, and both of these leads promise to be mind-blowingly good. So I need a few weeks to work some things out. I need a few weeks to track down a couple of ingredients, to check out some information, make sure I've got this rock solid. But there will be one more episode after this where we are going to get to the bottom of it. And the information I've got so far is mind-blowing. Most of the recipes that we've been doing are close, but there are a few major blunders that we've been making, that everybody on the KFC Pro boards has been making. There's been assumptions that we've all made that have proved to be wrong. So, enjoy the rest of this video. But no, there will be one more, at least, and it'll be a few weeks before it comes out. And then we'll have the final recipe. If we don't nail it this time, I'm going to say we've come as close as we can, and I probably won't come back to this for at least a year, maybe even 2 years. I have tried so many spice mixes, fried so much chicken, tasted so much chicken, that at this point I'm completely burnt out with the process. And I think we've come up with a few recipes that come extremely close. And we came up with a recipe that was sent in to us that wasn't quite close, but was so absolutely amazing that I think that's the recipe I'm going to use forevermore. But today we're going to try 3 recipes that have come really close to today's KFC in terms of flavor. And I'm going to see if I can sort of punch that flavor up a little bit and make them even better. So I've made 3 brines, because in the last video we decided that brining the chicken in the spice mix made for great flavor. Absolutely great flavor. So if you want to go back and watch those videos, this first one is Earl's. Earl's tested really favorably. I thought it was great. The flavor was really close. This one is Dustin's. Now, Dustin's was close but didn't quite have that oomph. And in Dustin's defense, he's trying to make a recipe that is very close to what the Colonel originally started with. So his did not include MSG. I've added MSG this time to see where that takes us. And this is a blend that I've been working on sort of based on what other people have said and what people have left in the comments section to try to get us a little bit closer. And so 2 thighs in there. Now, I'm going to let these marinate in the brine for quite a while, and then we're going to come back and fry them up. Okay, the chicken is brining, and it's almost ready to go. I've got our spice mixes here, and I'm going to add them to the flour. Now, the spice mixes already have salt and MSG in them. And the flour doesn't have powdered egg or powdered milk in it this time, because I'm going to use a milk and egg wash. That was a bit of a difficult decision, but I decided to do it this way because most people are going to have milk and an egg in their kitchen, and egg white powder, you know, might be something that's a little bit more difficult to get your hands on, a little bit more costly. So let's keep it simple. Let's use what most people have. So as I mix this in, I've got the oil on heating. Now the deal with the oil is I'm using canola oil because that's what the restaurants in Canada are using currently. There's a whole pile of evidence from Colonel Sanders' mouth, either on video, audio recordings, and in interviews, that what he was originally using was hydrogenated vegetable oil. And the problem with hydrogenated vegetable oil is that it really, in the form that he was using then, doesn't exist for a whole bunch of reasons. He was probably using something like Crisco, which at that point would have been made with cottonseed oil. Crisco is no longer made with cottonseed oil. I don't think anyone out there is making a hydrogenated oil from cottonseed at this point that you and I can buy in a grocery store. So here's how this is going to go down. The chicken is going to get a dunk quickly into the milk and egg wash. It's then going to go into the flour mixture, get coated completely. We're going to shake off as much as possible. We're going to let it sit for 2 or 3 minutes. Much beyond that, and I found it doesn't really work all that well. Now, quick note about the flour. This is what's known in Canada as cake and pastry flour. If you live in the United States, it could be called something a little bit different. It could be called either cake flour or pastry flour. but essentially it's an ultra fine, low protein flour. The oil is heated up to about 165 degrees Celsius. We're not going to fry too many pieces at a time because I don't want that oil to drop down in temperature. Then we're going to take them out of the oil, put them onto a rack, and stick them into a 165 degree oven to hold them until everything is done. And just for fun, because I knew someone would ask, I took 2 drums and I double dipped them to kind of mimic the extra crispy. So once into the flour, back into the milk wash, and then back into the flour. Okay, so my eyes hurt from frying chicken all day. It's unbelievable how badly my eyes hurt. So we've got 4. These 4 that we're going to deal with. That is extra crispy. We'll get to that at the end. It's just an experiment.
Okay.
Okay, so which one are we going for first?
This one.
Okay.
All right.
Grab 'em up. And they're written on the bottom of the plates, randomized. I don't remember which one is which.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty crispy. I like that one.
The skin's really nice, isn't it?
Although there's no graceful way to eat that with your fingers.
No.
Oh, this one.
Okay.
It's going to be tough.
It's got,
That one's pretty good too.
that one's got really good flavor on the skin. And the chicken, too. It's,
Both good.
okay. Take a drink.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Okay. And visually, they're all kind of on the same.
Yeah.
Oh, my. Okay.
That one has a distinctly different flavor, but still very good.
Yeah. Last one.
I'd be a lousy sommelier. Those are all really good. Those are all really crispy.
Yeah.
They are all, I don't know that I could tell you that one is better than the other.
This one seems to be a little bit of an outlier in flavor-wise. Mm-hmm. These 2 are really close. I think I like both of these better than that one. I'm going to give this one a go again.
As we do this all once again. This is where my non-professional skills are really going to show. Okay, so other than committing to, I think this one is crispiest.
Okay.
If that's a word,
Yep,
crispiest. I think these 2, I agree with you, these 2 taste distinctly different.
Yes. I find this one fairly bland in comparison to all of these. I would say this one is my least favorite. Well, no, this one is my least favorite. This one is an outlier. So I don't know that I can, it just seems a little bit outside the box. All very similar in flavor, though, to me.
Yeah. It's like there's one thing that's different in that.
A little bit
I can't
different.
quite put my finger on it.
Now, if any of these have been presented to me and they said that they were KFC, I think all of them would be very close to that flavor profile.
Yeah, that nice peppery.
Yeah, it's that hit of pepper. These 2 are close to me.
I do. When I first tasted those when I tried those first 2,
Yep.
I was worried that I was never going to be able to tell them apart at all.
Yeah.
Right? Because those are pretty good.
Okay. Reveal?
Sure. I'm going to say, though, that
Which one's your favorite?
this one's probably my favorite.
And I'm going to say this one is my favorite.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the outlier. Where are we? Oh, that's the one I've been working on.
This one does not have a label.
KFC.
That one's the KFC. Okay.
Okay, so this is your favorite?
Okay.
Earl. Which leaves Dustin. Yeah.
So couldn't really, so we each, yeah, there you go.
So this is Dustin's recipe with the extra MSG. This is one that I had been working on based on comments. So in the last couple of tests, people have commented, well, what if you change this? What if you change that? People emailing me saying, if you changed a couple of these things, what would happen? So I made those changes. It makes a fantastic
good.
chicken, but it is just a little outside of these. Now, this is...
How is this crispier?
So this is double breaded. So it went into the milk wash into the flour, into the milk wash into the flour, into the fryer.
Okay.
So it's got a crispier outside skin.
Yeah, you can see that. It's kind of got
It's
those little
craggy
extra
and
bits,
jaggy
right?
and yeah. Okay. Anybody a fan of Blade Runner? More KFC than KFC.
Okay. It's interesting though, because I don't know that it's any crispier than that one, but it has more to crisp,
More, yeah.
right?
Those jaggedy little shards come off.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I've learned through this 1 year journey
Whew. Yes, Glen?
is that probably the worst chicken I ate on this journey was in Kentucky.
Okay. Yeah, there was some not so great chicken, it's true.
That you could spend a lifetime playing and micromanaging the little bits of herbs here and there. That all of these are as good or better than KFC in the same flavor ballpark. And you really could spend a lifetime wasting it. Frying in a pot gave us just as good a result.
Crispy, yeah.
Just as good a result, just as juicy inside as using the pressure fryer.
So don't feel you need one.
So don't feel you need a pressure fryer. You can do it just as well in a pot on the stove. And although I really liked the version that had the egg and the dried egg and the dried milk outside, dipping it in an egg wash works great. Now there's three other things that I know KFC is using. One is that they're putting in a potato starch into the flour mixture at this point, which sort of makes it a little bit crispier. And then there's two components that work with MSG, and I'm going to put those on the screen because I can't pronounce them. But one of them comes from dashi, which is a Japanese stock. It was found in that stock. It's what makes that stock taste really good. And the other one was also found in Japanese stock. Again,
They do their umami well.
their umami is incredible. And so those two things work in concert with MSG and really pump that flavor up. And if I could get my hands on less than a 45-gallon drum of it, I would, but I can't. So, Chicken Journey. Try these at home. Tell us what you think. It's been fun, but I'm tired.
I think I'm
done.
done with chicken as a dominant flavor for a while.
Yep. So we're going to move on to something else. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.